Guys, it's Dawn Robles. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in the Phoenix metro area. I want to welcome you back to my channel and to my Christmas series. We are already in week 4. Can you believe it? Today I have a super cute project for you. We are creating a little box that holds 3 Hershey Nuggets. But what I really love about this box is there's a little surprise on the inside. So super cute on the outside, right? But when you open it up, it just slides. You got 2 more surprises. So let me open that all the way up. As you can see, he had a present and another little penguin on the inside, just to add a little bit extra decoration. So I'm going to show you how to do this one because a lot of you loved this paper last week, as I do. It's really one of my favorite. It's so festive, especially if you're doing like a New Year's Eve party or something. I did play around with the gnomes as well. And so when you open him up, I only put one little guy in there, but he'll pop up and greet the recipient of the box. So I love it. I think it's a cute little project. Be fantastic for like a table favor or stocking stuffer for anybody of any age. So I'm going to show you how to make that today. We are using the penguin place again. I know I used it last week and I'm doing it again this week. And I am adding the sweet candy canes this week. I'm just simply using the Christmas cheer sentiment for the outside of the box. We're going to need the penguin punch again. So I'm going to bring the penguin punch in. And then today I'm using the dual oval punch as well. So I'm going to set that aside. I will go over the list of supplies, and then I will post this sheet at the end of the video in case anybody needs to jot the measurements down again. But you're going to need, to create your box, you're just going to need a piece of 4.5 by 6. I'm using smoky slate, and then I made a divider for the nuggets, which is going to be 1 by 4.5. For the wrap around the box, you're going to need a piece that's 3 1/8 by 5.5, and then just some scraps for your penguins, your sentiments. You're going to need 2 little pieces of acetate. You can find that in our annual catalog. It's just called window sheet, and that is cut at 3/8 by 2. And then to speed up the video, I did punch I did stamp, sorry guys, my penguins, and I pre-cut the presents, stamped and pre-cut those just to make the video a little quicker. I'm going to set them here, and at the end of the video, you know I'm going to be looking for them. So I'm going to set this all aside. Now, I took my penguins and I actually heat embossed them with our black heat embossing powder. I'm going to keep the video short today, so I'm not going to show how to do that, but we will do another technique video on how to do that. If you just want to stamp it using your Memento Black, that is when I would totally suggest bringing in your Stamparatus. Now, this little guy, he punches, or he stamps pretty good, but penguins are really dark, right? And if you want to get like a really good imprint, this tool is fantastic. So I'm just going to take my, which you can't even see here. Let me move this in to camera shot. I'm going to put a stamp set back there just to give nice even, and then I'm just going to stamp him up, and then I'm going to flip it over. Hopefully, okay, we can still see that. And I'm sorry about the glare. I know this is plastic, and so it picks up a lot of glare. And then I'm going to, and you see how he's dark, but he's missing some darker spots. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to re-ink my penguin. And what's great about the Stamparatus is you don't have to worry about lining it up every time. You have your super durable, heavy-duty magnets, and they will keep your paper in place. And you're just going to go back over and give him another good press. And then you can keep going as long as you want, but then you get a nice dark image, and then you can punch him out as well. So again, I heat emboss, but this is a good way to get a really great image, okay? So like I said, I did do this already, so we're just going to go ahead and punch them out and finish it off. And I'm doing it upside down, so best of luck to me. And I'm going to turn him around. And punch the one for the inside. Okay. And then we're just going to add his little finishing touches there. So move these extras out of the way. Going to bring in my Real Red and my pumpkin pie once again. I'm going to add his beak and his little feet. And I'm just going to stamp that all in the pumpkin pie. So I'm going to ink up my beak. And I'm going to place him right under where the black ends. Came down a little too low on that one, but that is okay. And then I'm going to add some of his little feet. This little guy, he is so cute. Okay, so we got his feet done. We're done with that. I'm going to add a little red bow tie. Make him nice and festive. Ooh. And when I do the bow tie, I just kind of try and line it up between the points right here around his neck. Pretty good. And then for her, I decided I wanted her to have a necklace this time. So I took the little heart out of the stamp set. So there's little hearts, little bubbles, the little stars. I wanted her to have a heart necklace. So I'm just going to bring in another block. And give her a necklace. Let's just go ahead and keep it in red. My sample, I did a green necklace, but again, I just kind of put it right there in the middle. And then I took my black Stampin' marker and I drew the chain using the ball, the 0.5 tip. So I just took that and I just kind of eyeballed it. Just like she's wearing a little choker there. Cute, huh? Okay. I'm going to set those two aside. I'm going to bring in a scrap of white. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that sentiment as well, which is, I'm going to do that in Real Red as well. So I'm going to bring in the Christmas cheer. I'm going to bring in my oval punch and then just line it up in the straight edge and punch. And then I brought in a scrap of Real Red and I'm going to put that in the scallop side and punch a scallop for myself. And then I will just adhere these together. Okay, and now I've got my stamping done for the project. The next thing I'll do is I will bring in my scoreboard. I'm going to bring in my smoky slate piece. And I'm going to score all sides, all four sides at 3/4 and 1.5. So 3/4, 1.5. Rotate, and what this is we are creating an reinforced box, because there's going to be a lot of, wear and tear. People are going to want to play with it, and so this is just creating a really strong box. Oops. And then 1.5. We're going to go ahead and take our 1 by 4.5 inch piece, and we're going to create our divider as well at this time. So we're going to score that one at 1 3/8, and 1 3/4. We're going to skip over to 2 3/4, 3 1/8, and 3.5. And that will create our divider, so our Hershey Nuggets will sit where they need to sit in there. Okay, I'm going to put the scoreboard aside for just a little while. Bring that back here in a minute. And then let me find my scissors. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut up, and you want to make sure you cut your score line away. I'm going to cut in these first tabs here. Let me just make an X. What we're going to get rid of. We're going to get rid of all of this. So we're going to get rid of all of these pieces. On this piece here, we're just going to create a small wedge, so our box fits together nice. And again, like I said, make sure you're cutting the score line away. You want your box to fold in nice. So we're just going to do that on all four sides. Okay. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, we have a joining special right now. So if you're interested, you can always click the link to join my team. It is $155 worth of product of your choice out of either catalog that we currently have going on, or we have this new set that's getting ready to release November 1st, which is beautiful. I think I might have it over here. I can show you. You can add that to your okay, boy, I thought I was talking. I thought I did it wrong. You can add that to your demonstrator order as well. And so when you become a demonstrator, you don't have to be out there making videos, promoting, and so forth. I joined simply for the 20% discount, which applies on your first order. So if you want to learn more about that, let me know. Our promotion does go on until the end of October, so it is $155 worth of your choice, a paper pumpkin kit, free shipping to join. Yeah, there are no strings. That's what I love about Stampin' Up. There's no strings to join. If after 3 months you don't make, your sales quota and you're just not interested, you simply drop off. They're not in there hounding you. They're not calling you every 5 minutes. So truly no strings attached. And again, I joined 5 or 6 or 7 years ago already, and I don't even know how long, to be honest with you. I joined for the discount, and I haven't left since. So, okay, so enough of that talking. Sorry. So now we're just going to fold and burnish on our score lines here. I'm not even paying attention what I'm doing. I'm just blabbing away here. Okay, so once we score on that, these are gonna fold over when we put our box together. So if there is any score lines left, you're gonna want to trim that. You may even want to give yourself just a very slight wedge. We don't want to do too much because it is, it is a reinforced box. We made it strong for a reason. Okay. And then you can use tear and tape to do this next part, or you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus. Where is mine? I've been having issues with mine today, but you can feel free to use that. It is sturdy enough, it will hold. I just glued the paper, so that's positive. See, I've been having issues with this all day, so I'm going to revert to my tear and tape, but typically for something like this, I do love the Stampin' Seal Plus. I don't know, I must have a super heavy hand today or something. And then I'm just going to add tear and tape to each side here. Am I even? Okay. Great demonstration, right? Sitting here fighting with the glue. Okay. Go ahead and take the backing off of this. And all you're going to do is fold this over right here. And then bring it around so it matches. And do that on all 4 corners. Okay, so now you've created your little box. Now we're just going to fold these in to make that box extra strong. So I like to fold it, and then I like to take my bone folder and press it in and make those lines crisp. And again, you can see where mine's bowed a little bit. That's because I didn't cut enough off the side right there. So it kind of pushed it out a little bit. It'll be fine. But, so that's all we're going to do is we're going to go around, take off the glue tab, or the adhesive on the glue, sorry. Fold that in, and then take my bone folder and press it down. Now I have my box made. And you can always just do that and it'll kind of go back into place. Now the 1 by 4.5 inch piece where I made the score lines, so in the middle of each section, those are going to be folded up. And then this is going to go out, so you're going to make like a valley, mountain, valley fold. And I just give that a nice score. That way it lays down nice. And I do the middle first just so I don't confuse myself because, well, I have a tendency to do that. Then again, you can take your stamp and seal, you can take tear and tape, you can take liquid glue, and we're just going to glue those pieces together. So since it's such a little spot, I'm going to take my liquid glue. And I'm going to fold it in just to make that little divider piece. Again, so now you have your divider that will sit inside the box. Like so, or did I cut it too long? There we go. And then you can just glue it. If it is a little bit too long, you can just trim a little bit off of one side so it lays in the box nice. There we go. And then I'm just going to add glue to the back of this, and I am using liquid glue for this, that way I can just maneuver it if I need to. Press that down. And then you can add your nuggets. You can always cover your nuggets as well with your designer series paper if you like. Using this type of paper, it was a little bit too heavy. It was a little bit too thick, and it kind of pushed the dividers where they shouldn't be. So I chose not to do it on this. And then see how they fit in there just perfectly. Now we're going to create the wrap. There's two ways to create the wrap. When you're working with just a regular designer series paper, you can take the paper and just kind of wrap it around and create your score marks around your box. This one, I found it a little more difficult, so I brought my paper trimmer in, and I'm using the scoring blade on my paper trimmer. Don't get mad, guys, because I am working in 16ths. So it was just that little bit of a difference. It just made that much of a difference, okay? So I'm going to score at 1 inch. Then I'm going to move it to 1 13/16. So you got 4, 8, 12. 13 is going to be 1 tick mark past your 3/4 inch mark. Okay. Then I'm going to move it to 3 5/16. So that is going to be 1 tick mark past your 3 1/4. So 1 tick mark past the quarter mark. And then 4 1/16. Again, 1 tick mark past the 4 inch mark. And that'll give you a nice wrap. And then you're just going to fold and burnish. Got everything crooked here. And then I'm going to bring in my tear and tape for this. This is going to wrap around the box. Put my bare piece perfectly. Fits like a glove. You don't want it so tight that you can't move the box in and out. And then I'm just going to add tear and tape to this edge right here. And then I'm going to burnish this a little because I know this is going to be used a lot. And then I'm just going to take my paper, wrap it around my box. Again, make it snug but not overly smug. This video is running long, I apologize. Line it up and just press it down. That way you have a nice snug fit, but you can still maneuver it in and out when I'm not squeezing it. See, in and out. So, and then we are going to just go ahead and add our sentiment. I know the box opens like this, but for this, I just like the way this looks, so that's what we're doing. Add my sentiment out to the outside of the box here. Then I'm going to pop up my penguin on some dimensionals. Make him kind of crooked there. And then I'm going to bring in my red rhinestones that can be found in the annual catalog. And my pick tool, one of my favorite things to use out of the Stampin' Up! Catalog. It comes with all kinds of different, it's got a pointy, it's got a spatula, it's got a brush so you can roll your dies out. It's got this sticky so you can pick up your embellishments. Love it, love it, love it. Just going to add a couple. I'm going to add one to his bow tie. And it's pretty just like that, isn't it? I love I just love this paper. Okay, so now to create the inside, you're going to take your 3/8 inch acetate, or your window sheet as we call it. And for the very first part right here, we're going to adhere it to the inside of the box. Okay, I'm going to take a nugget out. So I've added tear and tape. I put a 1/2 inch right here, so that's just 2 of these little strips right here on top of each other, and just a little piece of tear and tape going down to hold my penguin in place. Before I put my penguin on place, I'm going to put my acetate in place. Peel off the backing here. And you want to put this in the center of the box, so when you go to fold over, nothing gets stuck on the edge of the box. So you just kind of want to eyeball, and that way you've got it glued in place and it bends. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. And then when you're attaching your penguin, you want to attach so he's sitting, it looks like he's sitting right on the edge of your box here, so he's going to be just slightly above it. And again, push down and make sure nothing is going to get in the way when that wrap goes around it, and then you can just kind of push him into place there. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to take my second 3/8 inch strip of acetate. I'm going to add another piece of tear and tape, and I'm just going to put one piece there because these are small dividers. They're only 3/8 inch of a divider. And then I'm going to put that again in the middle. So let me take the candies out. So again, hopefully you can see I just attached it to the bottom of the first divider here. And then I'm going to build my presents on there. So I'll just take me a little piece of Terran tape. I'm going to add my nuggets back into the box. I am sorry about my phone. I don't know what's going on. My daughter went to some concert and she always has to tell me where they are because otherwise she gets in trouble. Mom's a worry wart. And then I'm just going to take that backing off again, and then I'm just going to layer my presents. On the first one I did 3, and I thought, it needs more. So on this second penguin box, I'm going to go ahead and add a piece of, I'm going to try and do 5 and see. And just when you're adding your pieces here, make sure that you don't hit the back of the box and you don't come out the side of the boxes. Okay. Just kind of fan them out and see what we got here. That's one lucky penguin. He's getting a whole lot. Whole lot of presents. And then I can just kind of put one on the top, or I can add one. Nope, can't add it there. So I'm just going to add it. I would say use a dimensional, but if you do that, there's a good chance that your penguin will actually get stuck underneath it, because I did it and the penguin kind of got stuck. So let's add those there. Fold them back. Everything is good. If you want, you can add another little rhinestone. Put it right in the center of the present there. That would be cute. That way when the penguin and the presents, then they pop up. Super cute. And then we're just going to slide this back into its sleeve. And there you have it. That's how you make the little penguin pop-up. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you go out there and try it. If you do, let me know in the comments below. If you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, please reach out and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to get one to you. Guys, go out there, make it a great day, and happy crafting.